If you're a small content creator or photographer trying to share your work on social media but struggling to get the reach because you can't really figure out the algorithm, I think this app from Instagram called Threads is going to be a solid way to share your work. And this is of course coming from the perspective of a small potato content creator.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
But first, let's talk about the different platforms where you can share your work and figure out their inherent limitations. Instagram is going to be the OG and used to be a very good photo sharing app in my opinion. But for quite some time now, they've pivoted and focusing more on short form video content like Reels. And if you post a photo, they won't be pushed out as much. And then you basically hear the same backing track over and over again for like 1,000 times. TikTok is basically banned here in Hong Kong, so I can't really share my work over there. And I can't really dance. And then there's Twitter, which I think for photography is pretty much filled with spam and everyone just tries to get you to retweet their photos or even try to sell you their NFTs. Then a few months ago there was hype forming around this app called Vero for photographers, which to be honest it didn't really take off because the app didn't have any algorithm. It only sorted posts by the most recent, which made it tricky for discoverability because if everyone posted at the same time, then your post will basically be buried underneath if you don't really have any following as well. And one final app that I enjoy using is actually Reddit because you follow communities rather than people. So there are subreddits for landscape photography, outdoors, hiking, travel, dating advice. And there's quite some community engagement within these subreddits, but you don't really gain that personal following if that's what you're after. And now comes Mark Zuckerberg's challenge to Elon Musk's Twitter called Threads, which if you haven't seen any news or memes about it lately, it all happened because they can't have that all-out cage fighting match because of Elon Musk's mother. And now Threads has become the fastest growing social media platform out there with over 90 million downloads within the past few days. But the question is, what is Threads? Okay, so Threads is a text-based conversation app to post your ideas, you know, like Twitter. And I have had this app for about a couple of days and it really has potential. I'm not really sure what really gets pushed out, but based off on what I noticed, it could be about the engagement that a specific post could be getting. So there might be a bit of bias if you're already an established profile or already have a social media following. And now comes the most exciting part about this app for photographers is that it's indifferent about the aspect ratio that you're shooting with. So you know how in Instagram it kind of forces you to post in like a 4:5 aspect ratio. Here it doesn't really matter. You can post like a 16:9, 3:2. You can post photos based on how you originally cropped them and how you envision that specific photo without having to conform with what is expected on that platform, which I think is really great for your creativity. Because this app is a conversations first and content later kind of platform, it's quite inclusive of non-photographers. So if you post a photo, it could have increased potential in terms of reach, because your work could be spread out to people who are not necessarily photographers but would still be able to appreciate the work that you're putting out. So I think it's quite an exciting platform. It's the first version of the app, so I'm pretty sure they're going to make changes about the algorithm or interface. Currently, Threads is available in over 100 countries like the US, UK, here in Asia, except the EU because of some data privacy regulations, but I'm pretty sure Meta is going to be working on that down the line.
Another quick feature is that you can share the link to your Instagram post and it will automatically show a preview. I've also tried posting YouTube links and the thumbnail was shown. Pretty cool if you're on multiple platforms. But at this point I had to continue on my hike and rush as the sunset was fast approaching, but was faced with a challenge.
Hiking in the summer heat, 31 degrees Celsius, not so fun. But for today's sunset, might be worth it. Okay, so we made it in time for the sunset. So here are a couple of my thoughts about how Threads could currently improve. First one is I think it could have a few more engagement ideas, like introducing some form of a pause function like the ones in Instagram stories, which I quite enjoy using to have more conversations or engagements with my following. You post a question and then people just select their preferred answers. And the second one is I'm not really sure why they removed the hashtag system, which is I think a great way for discoverability or a way to search specific ideas or certain trends. So hopefully they bring back the hashtag system because it's going to be great for a conversations platform. And the third one is they remove the DM function, so you can't slide into your crush's message inbox anymore. And the last one is, it's not really a big deal, but hopefully they can introduce like a pinned thread feature within your profile so that when people visit your page, they can have some sort of idea of your important threads already. For example, you could use it to be like an introduction or welcome banner to your profile. It's not really a big deal, but it could be a great addition to the app as well. But overall, I think it's an exciting app. So if it's available in your country, highly encourage you to check it out. And from a photography perspective, I think the feedback from other photographers has been highly positive. Okay, so the point for today wasn't really just to talk about threads, but also to catch the sunset, because lately the weather in Hong Kong has been a bit meh. It's been rainy, it's been overcast, but today, glorious sunset, beautiful colors over there, just a stunning city skyline. So yeah, let me take some photos and share with you what I capture, and if you enjoy the video, subscribe.
The sunset really did turn out as I'd hoped that day, with some stunning golden colors, and it shows a beautiful spot for a glorious city view of Hong Kong. But patience in photography can really pay off, because I much prefer the shots I took during twilight.
Glorious sunset, and there's still a lot of colors in the sky right now. There's a lot of cloud texture over there, and the city lights is already turning on.
There's just something really visually pleasing with the transition of colors from the golden side of the frame to the darker, colder tones across, and the city lights of Hong Kong's skyscrapers already turned on.
Yeah, quick short vlog for today around my thoughts on the new Threads app and how it could potentially help creators in increasing their reach and discoverability. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.